staff feel like you needed to somehow purge 3-9 and just have your players focus on the future, or did you lean into 3-9 and use those scars as motivation?
No, I don't think any of that stuff provides motivation. We've got in the middle of our program pillars is the word now, and that's the most important thing in our program because that's all you can control, and that's just the mindset of being where your feet are. And I think much like 3-9 was something that we had to wash away and just move forward from and impact the now, so too is 9-4. And I just think we're at a place as a program where we focus on today and what can we do today to get better, and how do we make sure that we're doing the things that are going to give us a chance to be successful. And if we do that consistently over time, we will be.
Riley has a "you suck" bracelet that we were laughing about. So does he like hard coaching from you?
I wouldn't say hard coaching. I think our guys embrace the truth, and that's what we try to do with them. And I think if they were to tell you anything about me, they would tell you that Coach Elko keeps it very real with us. And so if he makes a bad throw, he made a bad throw, and then we've got to figure out how not to do that. If he makes a bad decision in practice, he made a bad decision in practice. It's not, oh, he's Riley Leonard, he's our starting quarterback. We can't address the fact that he made a bad decision. I just think we try to live and ground ourselves in reality, and I do the same as a coach, and we do the same with our staff, and that's just growth, right? We want to be people who want to get better every day, and sometimes to get where we want to go, we got to hear the areas of our shortcomings so we can figure out how to improve and get better.
Sports gambling is about to be legalized in North Carolina. I think the NCAA has changed some of its rules around it. But is that something you address with your team at all? That, hey, you can't gamble. I know your friends are gambling, but you can't.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something we've addressed for a long time. I don't know that the change in North Carolina impacts that. I know NIL kind of put that a little at the center front again, just to make sure, like, hey, listen, you're around and interacting now more with people outside of our program. Here's one of the huge pitfalls, and obviously sports gambling is one of them, right? And the different ways you can get caught into bad situations with that. And so I think it's just something we continue to try to educate people on. I'm not sure that legalization in North Carolina makes a huge impact on it, but it's certainly a prevalent thing that we've got to address in our program.
You guys, I want to think back what you said about now in this season. I don't want to say he's missing it, but that's last year. And then coming off the down, because that's a fresh year at Duke in ACC and military program. All of them kind of details like team players had 9, but on that 9, possibly go to double in the ACC.
Yeah, because I just think there's two avenues that we talk about all the time, right? The 9 wins is for the program momentum, right? And so there's this marketing piece of our program as we're trying to push what Duke football is capable of to our fan base, to recruits, to people, to just get them excited about what Duke football is, right? And to all of those people, we're a 9-win team coming off of a military bowl victory, and here's all of the things that improved within our program that are going to allow that to continue to go in that direction. To the guys in the locker room that got to go out and compete opening Monday night against Clemson, it's a different thought process, right? It's what are we going to do to give ourselves the opportunity to repeat that, right? And we want to be process-driven, not result-driven. And so there's a process that goes into winning, and that's something that we focus on. And so to me, like we always talk about, there's two different avenues, right? We're going to push the heck out of 9-4 to the entire North Carolina area, the Triangle, like everybody, right? Like, listen, we're doing something special at Duke, man. Come be part of it. Like, this is unique. What we're doing, what we can offer, what we can build, the quality of education matched with great athletics. Like, nobody else is doing that at the level we're doing that, right? But I don't know that any of that helps us win a football game this fall, right? And so we just talk to our own guys a little bit differently.
What's the biggest thing that your defense needs to improve on this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest focus is probably our pass defense. I think, we made some strides last year. I think we got better as the year went on, but, we're going to play some really talented quarterbacks and some really talented passing attacks this year. And for us to have the level of success that we want and need to have, I think that's probably the biggest area of emphasis for us.
And then you talk about the spring ball and Brandon Johnson, Darius Joyner role. Have you kind of defined where Johnson will play this fall? Or just
No, I think we've got to let training camp play out. I think Terry Moore has an opportunity to fill into that role. I think Brandon Johnson has an opportunity to fill in that role. Isaiah Fisher-Smith has gotten healthy. Placide Jungo-Sungo has had a really good offseason, and so I think it's more about letting fall camp play out. Somewhere around the second scrimmage, we'll have a better feel of what the right five to put in that secondary is.
Do you have an feel yet to know?
Jones and Alblades, obviously, 6th and 7th year guys. How much of an impact are you expecting those guys to have on your secondary? Better?
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why we brought them in was for that. I think they're experienced guys who have played a lot of football, and we felt like we needed that. We were very happy with the guys we were bringing back. We just felt like there was still a gap between the old guys and a really young group, and to try to take some of the stress off of those really young kids, we felt like we needed to add some veteran experience into the mix, and we were able to do that.
Do you have a feel yet whether the running game can stay as good as it was last year?
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out in fall camp. I mean, obviously it's critical for our success. We want to be a balanced team. We want to be able to run the football. We feel really good that we have every running back coming back, and the majority of our offensive line starters back. And but we've got to go out there and we've got to establish that again as well. Yeah, I think fortunately there's a lot of familiarity with Cade from my time at Texas A&M, and so I got to know Cade pretty well as a player through that whole process, and he was obviously a hugely talented kid down there, and so some familiarity with him, that helps. It doesn't give me 12 games like I wish I had, but it gives me a little bit. And then obviously a tremendous amount of respect for Garrett and what he's done everywhere he's been, and certainly the year that he had last year, and so there'll be a little bit of a unknown because you don't know what parts of the package he's going to bring in and really emphasis and focus on at Clemson, and so it creates a little bit of uncertainty, but that's not a lot different than what you deal with in openers. It's nowadays in college football, the fact that they have the same head coach and D coordinator makes them unique in this day and age we're living in, right? So you just kind of get used to having to figure some of that stuff out and give your best guess going into the game.
Along those same lines, you've got so many people back to play a game of that magnitude right out of the gate. How much better is it to have that kind of team to face that rather than be in a situation where you do have a lot of people in place?
Yeah, I mean, certainly would rather have guys coming back than not. I mean, that's for sure. And I think with everything that's going to go around having a major game in the opener, you want older veteran guys that can handle that. If you've got a lot of first-time starters playing in that game, not really sure what college football is about, and their welcome is Clemson opening night Monday, welcome to college football, like that's a pretty big jump from where they were as high school players or not having played a lot of ACC football. So, certainly the experience helps, but, they've got a ton too, and they're extremely talented.
Where do you fit in on the elimination of divisions? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's great. I really do. I think the opportunity for our kids to get around and play more programs, more teams, more consistently, I think is something that I think everybody's in favor of. Obviously, whether it hurts one team 1 year or not, I think at the end of the day, the fact that all of our kids get 2 games with Clemson, 2 games with Miami, 2 games with Florida State, the fact that we play NC State every year now, to imagine that a kid could come to Duke and not play NC State in his entire career just seems, not right. It's 20 minutes down the road. And so I just think it creates more balance into who's playing who within our conference, which is good.